Hi, Pat.
Hi.
Welcome to After the Session.
Thanks, Christian.
The next generation.
Good to hear my nasally voice again.
Yeah, so we're redoing the podcast. We just decided to get going again with it. And
Yeah?
I'm super excited.
Who do you have coming up
A bunch of people.
that you're not going to name
Yeah.
quite yet?
Not quite yet.
There's a lot of really good sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I did just get back from New York, as you know, so I got a couple people out there. But in the short version of the story is that after not having done the podcast now for, a year or so, because I didn't know if it was going to be worth the time and energy, I've decided that it is worth the time and energy, and it's something that I care about. So,
and people love it.
yeah, they really did like
They
it,
love
actually.
it. They absolutely love
So it's going to happen again.
it. Okay, let's get
And
this out of the way.
Hopefully,
Let's get this out. Can we do this real quick?
Sure.
Do we have to lock eyes the entire time when we talk?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
I'm going to casually stroll this way. You go ahead and cough over there.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I'm coming back from the flu right now. But yeah, no, we don't have to gaze lovingly into each other's eyes. I mean, we're going to talk about audio, and everything's going to be just
Hopefully
like the
not.
old podcast.
I've already done
Okay.
8 hours of audio.
But for the
speaking
moment,
today.
yeah, we're in the studio right now. We're at Signature Sound in San Diego in Studio A, recording this episode.
Gorgeous studio.
Yes, and but before we talk about any of that BS, I just was turned on to these by another client that I had in here last week. They're these hypotheticals, these 50 question cards by Chuck Klosterman, and I think I'm going to take these to a couple of podcast interviews because they're pretty.
Have you done them by yourself?
I've done like 2 or 3 and tried them on a couple people, so I'm going to do one with you.
But
right
can
now.
you do them by yourself?
Well, yeah, but
It's just stupid.
yeah,
it's just you
kind of
talking
like
to yourself.
Cards Against Humanity. It's like, well,
Okay.
it's not.
But basically,
like
it's
that.
just you talking to yourself if you do them alone,
Yeah,
which is not a problem. I do that quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Let me find a good one. Wait, no, that one's too heavy. They're not. Some of them are funny. Some are. Here, we'll do
I don't
this
want to
one.
do some.
We'll do this one
heavy-
first. It's called the Dream VCR. Okay, see that?
Yeah.
I'm going to read it. Here it is. At long last, someone invents the Dream VCR. This machine allows you to tape an entire evening's worth of your own dreams, which you can then watch at your own leisure. However, the inventor of the Dream VCR will only allow you to use this device if you agree to a strange caveat.
Hey, Chucky.
When you watch your dreams, you must do so with your family and your closest friends in the same room. So you can record your dreams on the VCR. The only problem is you must watch it with your family and your closest friends in the same room. They get to watch your dreams along with you, and if you don't agree to this, you can't use the Dream VCR. Would you still do it?
Well, I don't have a lot of sexual dreams or anything weird. But I remember my dreams quite often.
So you don't need it.
The other night, I had an apocalyptic dream where I watched the entire world end. But there was the dream was I was walking around I lived inside of a Marshall's. It was like either a JCPenney or a Marshall's that was in the parking lot across the street from the stadium right on Sports Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And, right where Target is and everything. I dreamed that I lived in there and I was cruising around in a towel. And I went to the bathroom and
Logical.
these kids tried to give me drugs and I got really upset. And I asked them, I'm like, haven't you guys just... Why? They said, well, it's a mix between crystal meth and LSD and all these other drugs. And I was like, why can't you kids just be normal and do cocaine like everybody else? And I got angry. And then a guy dumped water on me and I was humiliated. And I walked outside. I was in Italy and I watched the world burn to the ground.
And you remember all that perfectly.
All that. And I was in a towel the entire time.
Well, that's my
Bellini towel. It's a good. It's
common.
But yeah, that's a pretty standard dream. Not a lot of sexual stuff in my dreams. So yeah, I would watch it with them.
You wouldn't care.
Yeah,
You'd be like, hey, here we go, Mom and
basically
Dad.
my normal life where I walk around a JCPenney or a Marshall's in my towel, which is pretty standard every day.
So it's cool.
I just don't find kids
Here, let's do one more.
doing drugs in the bathroom there very much anymore.
Interesting insight into Pat's psyche. Rudimentary magician. That's this one. You ready? Let us assume you met a rudimentary magician. Let us also assume that he can do 5 simple tricks. He can pull a rabbit out of his hat. He can make a coin disappear. He can turn the ace of spades into the Joker card, and he can do 2 others in a similar vein. These are his only tricks, and he can't learn any more. He can only do these 5. However, it turns out that he's doing these 5 tricks with real magic. It's not an illusion. He can actually conjure the bunny out of the ether, and he can move the coin through space. He's legitimately magical, but extremely limited in scope and influence. Would this person be more impressive than Albert Einstein?
No, absolutely not. Fuck this guy. He's
But dude, he could conjure shit out of the air.
But he can only do rabbits.
True.
Rabbits do that themselves. A lot of people don't like them. Raccoons eat them.
He can make a coin disappear. But it's real magic. It's not.
Yeah, but I can spend money too.
Okay.
I don't trust this guy.
One last one.
The devil.
Let us assume a fully grown, this one's called Kicking the Clydesdale. This one's great.
I like a fully grown already.
Let's assume a fully grown, completely healthy Clydesdale horse has his... You ready?
I'm automatically going to SeaWorld.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
The Budweiser horses are marching.
No, it's going to take a dark turn on you, my friend.
Perfect.
Completely healthy Clydesdale horse has his hooves shackled to the ground while his head is held in place by a thick rope.
Oh.
He is conscious and standing upright, but completely immobile. And let us assume that, for some reason, every political prisoner on Earth, as cited by Amnesty International, will be released from captivity if you can kick this horse to death in fewer than 20 minutes. You are allowed to wear steel-toe boots. Would you attempt to do it?
So everybody's being released. Political prisoners are being released.
Every political prisoner.
So if I kill a horse.
As cited by Amnesty International. So they're probably like prisoners that, should be released. Right?
Yeah,
Let's make that assumption.
the good
Yeah,
prisoners.
the good guys. But the only way you can get him out
Clydesdale's
is you have
a big,
20
that's
minutes.
a big
You
horse.
have 20 minutes. You got to kick a Clydesdale to death.
That's a big horse.
You get a steel-toed boot, so that's helpful.
Yeah, but that's a big horse. Where do you start? I guess just go for the neck, huh? Well, I mean, I guess I have to agree to it first.
Yeah.
Whew.
And yeah.
I mean, I like kicking horses as it is, so I think I would say yeah.
Right. You already do that.
Yeah, I'm a big horse kicker. Childhood experience.
So the question is, so there's 2 questions, right? Is one, would you do it? But you have to think, can you even do it?
Yeah, I don't
know. Can you kill a Clydesdale by kicking
Did
them?
it say it's looking at you?
No, it's completely immobilized.
Yeah, but didn't say peering out of the corner of its eye?
No, it didn't say that. But I mean, you can assume.
I'm imagining.
You can assume that it's not going to be quiet and chill during the process.
No, it's
going to be. It's definitely messy.
While you're saying that, I think I'm just having a Clydesdale look at me, going, "You're gonna kick the shit out of me, aren't you?"
It'll save a lot of people.
We both know what's coming. I mean.
You're a vegetarian. Does that play into it at all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to kick a horse
to
death. I don't think anybody does, unless you're like a truly shitty person that's like, well, why don't you go ahead and hold that horse down and I'll kick it to death, like regardless if we get these prisoners out or not. No, vegetarian has nothing to do with it because I think normal people don't like kicking horses till they pass on.
So do you think you could even do it? I guess even more importantly, because you wouldn't do it if you couldn't at least think,
Yeah, I mean, I would like to give it a shot. I don't know how far I'd get. I mean, I'm pretty winded after like walking around for 10 minutes.
I think you just got to pick a spot.
Yeah, I think you just got to go for the face. Like,
right?
I don't know why I would like. I guess out of comedy reasons, I would go straight for the ass. But I mean,
you wouldn't get anything done.
You're just being a dick at that point.
Yeah. Probably. You probably wouldn't even notice. Actually,
yeah. I mean, and then you can get into the like, is stomping allowed? Like, can you try to break its neck, or do you just go for the back of the neck and just? I mean, you don't want to be a guy who's like, let's just break a couple ribs. And then we'll let him up.
The worst part about this might be that you kick. Hands down, the worst thing is you almost get it done, but you don't quite. So all the prisoners are still in prison, and there's a really effed up Clydesdale.
and you just beat up a horse with a steel-toe boot.
Yeah.
But then do people know about it?
Yeah.
Is this something
of
that's going
course.
to be broadcasted on TV?
Well, it doesn't state, but
yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to make myself feel better.
yeah. Probably
Political prisoners, I mean, you guys just
They're on their own?
Yeah, you shouldn't have been where you were in the first place. Stop
All
trying to
right.
make a stand.
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus, I'm looking at my timer over here, and we're 12 minutes into this thing or so. Maybe we should talk about the podcast just for a split second. So the
break from the Clydesdale. We're coming back to the Clydesdale.
Right, we'll come back. The podcast is really starting back up, and it's going to be me and you being BSing a little bit from time to time, interspersed with episodes that are longer conversations with some really cool recording engineers, record producers, and maybe the occasional musician who's done a lot of studio work that has some insight into studio stuff. I think we'll probably be, open to that, having someone like that as a guest.
People.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I did a couple of episodes already, and I'm excited about it. I want to be able to get them out faster, for sure. So, yeah.
Season 2.
I think it's just, I think I'm done with the seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah,
That
I think
sounds
I'm going
cooler.
to,
Sounds cooler, like Game of Thrones. This is basically Game of Thrones for your ears.
yeah, it's super similar.
It's basically
I'm
identical.
sure we'll get about the same amount of viewership. And then, you and I have a couple things planned here in the future. Maybe we'll do together. It should be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So enjoy the new podcast episodes, everyone. Go to christiancummings.com/ATS. They'll be there. You can also
Hang out.
just Google. like,
Google
I mean, what is most people do when they want to hear something? They just kind of Google it. I think. Yeah. All right. Thanks, and enjoy the episodes.
That was the end. I went back just before I coughed. It fades out.
I'll note here, faded cough.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Do me a favor and swing by my website, christiancummings.com. Download some free stuff and sign up for the ATS mailing list if you haven't already. It'll give you access to giveaways, contests, and exclusive content that isn't part of the regular show. Also, thanks to Signature Sound in San Diego for facilitating some of our recordings. And by all means, share this podcast with your friends. Gotta say that. You can also find me on Instagram at christian.m.cummings or on Twitter, Here's Cummings. That's it. Talk to you next episode. Bye.